There's a funny station on the TV screen. People are running bad scenes. Oh, people are sticking them stings. People with just twanging them strings. People with just, oh, not coming clean. Ooh. People with just twanging them strings. Ooh, yeah, that's what you're doing. Me too. Don't come shopping at my store. Nobody working here no more. Back on the farm.
Songs from Daniel Antopolsky, who's here playing songs from Acoustic Outlaw Volume 1 and Volume 2, which is
I wish
now.
I can go shopping at your store, but I hear it's a pizza joint now.
That's right.
No, it's condos.
You know, the
It's
funny
luxury
thing
condos.
happened. I was meeting a guy that wrote an article about me in Augusta, Georgia. He's been writing that article, a music article, I think almost 40 years, the longest article about music in America, I think. We met at the pizza joint, and all of a sudden we ate the meal, and I said, well, I think I have to go be excused to go to the restroom. I walked into that pizza joint, and I asked the lady, it came out of my mouth, where's the restroom? And before I got the sentence complete, I said, what am I asking? I've been going to that toilet since I was a little boy.
Little tiny kid, and it was still there, same
right.
place. That's amazing.
It's still there.
That is, wow.
That's a good.
So we're going to find out all about your life in the film that is coming out, the Sheriff of Mars. You met Jason Ressler, right? He's the guy who is putting this all together.
Right.
In Bordeaux. You met him in France.
No, I met him in Tel Aviv.
In Tel Aviv, right? Okay.
The friend a mutual friend that I'd met in Bordeaux. Was in Tel Aviv.
Did he come to you and say, "I want to make this movie about your life"? Or
no, we have a very complicated relationship. Jason and I. He's a great guy and very talented, and he was a great friend of our family, and it was getting to know him better and better in lots of ways. And then he heard me sing a few times just to a friend or something. Didn't think much of it. And one day he said, let's hear. We started here, and I started playing for about 40 or 45 songs straight. And he says, well, there's something we can do. There's something special or whatever. He said that was very nice. It's touching. And then one thing led to another. I met Gary Gold, and I sent them. I learned how to do GarageBand. I sent a bunch of songs. We narrowed it down. And let me tell you, we did that out. We did the first album in about less than 10 days in Nashville, and then this Acoustic Outlaw album, Gary Gold, the producer, came to my farm because, I'm not going to hardly do anything to get off the farm. You got to drag me.
Right.
And so he
Why
came.
would you leave Bordeaux?
And so he came, and we did it right there in the house. They set up a studio there, and that was it. And less than 10 days, we made this thing, and I could work in the garden because it was time to do some spring planting. I had to, get the onions planted. I had to work some in the yard. I take care of my chickens, and I was comfortable with
So
that.
they worked this filming schedule around your onion planting.
Onions, man, there's other things. You got to plant. Had the asparagus was coming up. I had to plant potatoes. I had to do all that.
It's timing. Timing is everything.
Daniel,
in
you're the
farming.
first person I can actually ask this question. How do you keep them down on the farm once they've seen Paris? Is the question.
That's the last place I want to go. I mean, I can't stand to go. I don't want to go. I
It's
get
dirty,
busy.
it's
I get
crowded.
No, it's okay. It's got something, but I mean, I want to get in and get out if I have to go.
Right.
I've become. Look, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I've had a lot, and I like being nature. I love to feed the wild birds. I'm very blessed that I can be in. And I mean, I've always. I love to see something beautiful every day in nature. I love to see trees. I'm just very uncomfortable. Look, young people now, they don't know. Some people never look up at the sky. They never see the moon.
They see nature on their phones.
That's
People
right.
send them pictures of
Everything is
nature.
on
Yes.
the phone. And like I grew up playing in the woods all day and playing in the yard and a lot of people. And that song, Bringing It Back to Eden, it's not just the countryside, the country music. Everyone is attached to our planet. It's got some beautiful things to offer. And of course, we can't take care of her very much if we're looking at everything through always, everything we like is man-made. Hey, men make wonderful things. Human beings, men and women, make great things. But we have to know that the universe is something that's bigger. The world is a marvelous place, and it's good to participate, to share it. And I found, like the song about chickens, they're smarter than people think. Don't think they're not. They don't have they're intelligent.
Well,
in a
you make
way.
wonderful songs. Would you play us one more?
Yeah, with my hoity-toity.
You can do some chicken
Now,
picking
tell us
into
about it. It's a hoity-toity woman song?
Hoity-toity woman. I'm saying this, my wife's she's pretty fancy, fancy, but she's very simple, basic, wonderful person. I just got that idea. I think I might have saw that term, hoity-toity, in that song, Sweet Home Alabama, the word hoity-toity, but we know hoity-toity. It means a little snooty, but I wanted to change it a little bit to say that she was a very, very nice song. So I'm not getting to share with you what I call beautiful songs today, but this is about a beautiful, beautiful woman. Everybody has a beautiful friend in their life, and that would help them hard times. You're my hearty-tawty woman, but you're really nice and easy. You're my hearty-tawty woman, but you're summer sweet and breezy. You're my hearty-tawty woman, I know you'll come and see me when they throw me in the jailhouse of love. They're gonna do that. They're gonna throw me in the jailhouse of love. I met you at the Rainbow's Inn and stole a load of gold. I put some in my pocket, but I dropped some on the floor. They trail me and they nail me walking through the door. Now I'll be going to the jailhouse of love, yeah, baby. I'll be going to the jailhouse of love. You're my hearty-tawty woman. You've been that way for ages. You're my hearty-tawty woman. You freed me from the rages. The jury sends the verdict as the courthouse rants and raves. The judge says guilty as he beats the gavel down. He says, you love her more than the law allows, son. You love her more than the law allows, boy. Now you're my hearty-tawty woman, please draw my bail. You're my hearty-tawty woman, come and get me out of jail. But as soon as I get free, my parole is gonna fail. And what will be my crime when they send me up next time? For loving you, woo, more than the law allows, more than the law allows, baby. 'Cause I love you more than the law allows. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, you're my hearty-tawty woman, but you're really nice and easy. You're my hearty-tawty woman, but you're summer sweet and breezy. You're my hearty-tawty woman, and I know you'll come to see me. And it's bread and beans for me. They're gonna lock me up and throw away the key. Because I love you, yeah, more than the law allows, more than the law allows. They're gonna throw me right in the jailhouse of love, right in the jailhouse of love, baby, right in the jail, yeah. Come see me, baby. Yeah, come see me, I love you.
Thank you so much, Daniel Antopolsky, playing songs from Acoustic Outlaw Volume 1 and Volume 2, which is out now.
That one for Sylvia, wherever she is.
That's right.
Yeah.
Probably on a farm in Bordeaux. Where's she here?
She's at Edisto Beach, South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a
Coming
pleasure
to visit my family.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much
so
for joining us. You're playing at City Winery tonight.
It looks like it.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
going to be fun.
From Bordeaux to the City Winery.
You know
I
wine
sense a
if you live in
theme.
Bordeaux.
Well, Bordeaux's wine.
It's the best.
Do you know your wine by now? Or you?
Well, I've learned quite a bit. I know a lot of the guys that make people that make it, and I like Bordeaux red wine. And Bordeaux's got everything. I put a little plug in it for all kind of wine, Sauternes wine, every kind of wine for everything. Bordeaux's the biggest wine region in the world. It's considered like the Masters of golf from Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, nice.
The Masters of golf. No, Bordeaux is really, if you want to see some great. Taste some great wine, and Bordeaux's a wonderful place for that. I wish them all well.
Thank you,
wish you
Daniel,
well.
for joining us.
And the Sheriff of Mars will see. Come back and visit us when it comes out, okay?
Thank you, guys. Keep on trucking. I love you guys. Keep it up.
Yeah, and listen, we
I'm talking to
want
the
to
guys
tell
driving
everybody.
the trucks, you know.
Absolutely. Did you ever do any trucking songs, by the way? Dare we ask? Is there any trucking songs in your repertoire?
I've got some songs about that a little bit, but not totally about it.
Okay. Well, go and
maybe
get
I'll get
yourself the double album Acoustic Outlaw. It's out now. Buy it on DanielAntopolsky.com. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you very
Thanks for
much.
being here.
God bless
Appreciate
you.
it.
Twanging them strings. When lightning strikes, the bedbugs bite. Under the covers, the best lovers fight. Before the judge, I stole his jeans. Judge says, boy, you twanging my strings. People with